Hi students, I think everyone is safe and fine and following the classes very well. So, you know that we are discussing the topic of sovereignty, and in our last class we discussed about the characteristics of sovereignty. So, after understanding that topic, today we are going to discuss one more small topic, small concept, that is kinds of sovereignty. As you know that sovereignty is nothing but supreme power exercised by a sovereign. That may be a state, institution, organization, whoever may be, they possess the power, supreme power over all the organizations, institutions within the boundary and out of the boundary also. So, how many types of sovereignty are there, or how many kinds of sovereignty are there? Just there are 5 types of sovereignty, that is nominal sovereignty, real sovereignty, popular sovereignty, de jure sovereignty, de facto sovereignty. Try to remember them and try to understand the class. These are the very primary basic concepts of political science. Don't get panic, frustrated if you are not able to understand. There is no need to go in depth at this level. But what is the basic difference? It is to be understood by you. That is the primary aspect of this subject, because it is introducing you first time. So try to understand, don't go in depth, don't get panic also. So here there are 5 types of sovereignty are there, as we just read out. The first one is the nominal sovereignty. Here you know the meaning of the word sovereignty, and you should know the word of the meaning nominal. Here nominal means just that is not a permanent, just that is in namesake only, namesake only, in the name only, that is not actually real, that is not actually real. Possession of sovereignty power only in namesake, that is just a name only. Such power is nothing but calling as the nominal sovereignty. For example, if you take President of India, President of India, Queen of Britain, these are considered as the nominal sovereigns, nominal sovereigns. That means they may not hold the actual or real power, just they are there because in namesake only, nominal only. If you go for the real sovereign, here real means truly. Here the real sovereignty, that means actually possess of the sovereign power. If you can differentiate these 2 types of sovereignties, you get the perfect answer for your questions. What is nominal? What is real? Real is actual, nominal is just nominal. If you seen this definition, here the real sovereignty is nothing but a actual sovereignty power. Here the sovereign is executing actually the sovereignty, that is the real sovereignty. For example, if you take that council of ministers under the head of the prime minister in our country is nothing but calling as the real sovereign. This body of council of ministers under the prime minister always advises the real sovereign, that is the President of India. In this way, the President is also one of the sovereign, but only for his name's sake. He has to follow the advices of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. In this way, real sovereign is the person who exercises the actual sovereignty powers, whereas nominal sovereign is the person who exercises only on the advices of the real sovereign. So that only he is called like nominal sovereign only in namesake. In name only he possesses the power of sovereignty, whereas this actual sovereign person possesses the sovereign powers in real also. At state level, if you take that chief minister and council of ministers are the real sovereign persons, governor is the nominal sovereign person. In our government chapter, we are going to discuss the basic differences between president, prime minister, parliamentary form of government, all these issues. So don't get panic and put in mind all these issues, just to you understand whatever is necessary here. That is, real sovereign is the actual sovereign, nominal sovereign is the sovereign person who exercises his powers based on the advices of the real sovereign. I think you understood. We will go for the third type of sovereignty, that is the popular sovereignty. What is the meaning of popular? Popular is nothing but people. Popular is nothing but people. Sovereignty power actually resides in the people. This is the basic aspect of the popular sovereignty. How this type of sovereignty power came into existence. To know this, you have to go back that 16th, 17th century. There were occurred so many revolutions. During that revolution period, like French Revolution, Russian Revolution, American Revolution, the people of that countries revolted against the divine or dictatorship governments, and they got the independence. In this way, the concept of sovereignty power is going to be generally thinked as that should be in the hands of the people. John Locke, Rousseau, these are the political scientist persons who have been popularized the concept of the popular sovereignty. In our general democratic aspects also, people are generally considered as the ultimate sovereigns. For example, people who participate in the elections, they elect the representatives. That means the representatives ultimately responsible to the people. During elections, whenever people did not get satisfied, then they have a chance to defeat a particular person during a particular election. In this way, the sovereign authority or the sovereign power is always ultimately resides in the hands of the people. That is nothing but calling as the popular sovereignty. So after understanding this third one, we will go for the another one, that is the de jure sovereignty. This de jure is a term derived from the French word. Jure is the French word. What is the meaning of jure? Means law, jurist, those who always having command over law. Such person is generally calling as the jure. So here the de jure sovereignty means authority exercised according to law. Whatever the law is there, he follows, according to which he is going to provide the commands and make the people to loyal to him, or make the people to follow the orders. In this way, here under this de jure sovereignty, the sovereignty power exercised by such a particular sovereign by law. This is nothing but calling as the de jure sovereignty. He is above the popular sovereignty. He follows the law, make the commands according to the law. The judiciary, the courts also always give support to such de jure commands, as because they are according to the law of the land. For example, whenever it is necessary, even though the President of India is a nominal sovereign person, he is going to execute commands for the administrative activity in the country. Like that, Britain Queen also going to issue such orders for the well-being of the country and people. So here what you should remember means de jure sovereignty means that is according to the law. That should always be remembered. And the next aspect is the de facto sovereignty. Here it is jure, it is facto. What is the meaning of facto? Facto means real. Here he is not according to the law. He is really a person who has the power to execute the commands. That is nothing but the de facto sovereignty. For example, if you take a king or a ruler of a country, as a fact he can possess the power of the sovereignty. There is no need of any type of support of laws. He, as he is a king, as he is a ruler, by fact he will be having a chance to execute the power of sovereignty. So he always try to execute such power by physical force instead of law. By physical force, he has an authority, he can command, he can force the people to follow his commands and activities. In this way, de jure means by law, de facto means by physical force. This is the another type of the sovereignty. In this way, there are five kinds of sovereignties are there. That is nominal, real, popular, de jure and de facto. This is the kinds or types of sovereignty. So just once try to listen once and twice, thrice. Don't get panic. These are very simple primary issues, subject concepts of political science. Again and again I am advising you that don't go in depth. Just try to spell it out, try to understand and get it clear by yourself. If anything is there, just post it on WhatsApp. I will clarify your doubts. This is the aspect of the kinds of sovereignty. In our next class, we are going to discuss about another concept that is also related to the sovereignty only. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye.